In cinemas right now is the movie called Hypnotic, starring Ben Afleck, Alice Braga, and it's a sci-fi thriller. This movie is about a detective investigating a mystery involving his missing daughter and a secret government program that takes him down a rabbit hole filled with reality-bending crimes. I hate that this film is most likely going to flop. In today's review, I'm not going to do my usual thing where I spoil this film because this film requires that you don't know what's ahead or the whole thing falls apart. So we're not going to do that in this video. There will be no spoilers, so you don't have to worry. Chances are you didn't see much marketing for this film, and if you did, then I guess that's why you're here watching this review. They just really did not want to promote this movie well enough. I mean, it's just like they didn't want this movie to succeed at all. This movie can be best described as a mixture of deja vu with Denzel Washington, reminiscence with Hugh Jackman, and a sprinkle of Inception and an unknown movie called Anon on Netflix. If you mix those movies together, then you will get this movie. However, this movie is not particularly better than them or worse than them. It's just okay. You know what? You could actually sprinkle Memento into the mix there as well. Memento, one of Christopher Nolan's early movies, Memento. It feels a little bit like that as well. So if you've seen any of those movies, then you are going to enjoy this movie. However, if you don't like any of those movies, you're gonna have a bad time with this movie. You might as well just go watch something else. This movie is not gonna be for everyone. It's more of a far-fetched sci-fi out-of-the-box type of story, and that's sort of stuff that I do like. And if you don't like any of that, then right now you will not be entertained by this film. However, if you let yourself and suspend your, disbelief, you will have fun with this little sci-fi. Some parts of this movie look like bad acting, but then as the movie progresses, you start to understand why it looked like bad acting. However, if you just came into the cinema or you just started watching it, you would think, what is going on? You'd be baffled going, these are well-seasoned actors. Why are they not doing this as well as they could? But it all makes sense later. Now, for the studio heads that spent $65 million on this movie, they are gonna be so pissed off because this movie is not going to do well in box office. It's not even doing well in box office right now. And from this review, you just came to see what this movie was about because there isn't much out there telling you about it. However, let's say you've been out living your life, doing your thing, you come back home and you're about to, watch maybe some DVD or films on Netflix or whatever, and you just want to go to bed. This is one of those movies you'd be glad are little gems that are hidden on, any streaming platform that it turns up on. Because it's just one of those movies you're just kind of like, wow, what is this weird thing? And then you watch it and you're just kind of like blown away, just going like, why didn't anyone else tell me about this film? Basically, it's kind of like a weird little gem that you're glad not everyone knows about, because then it allows you to be the first person to pitch it to others. I feel like that's how this movie is going to end up in history. This film is full of twists and turns that you could almost guess, but then realize you were wrong, or you were partially right. But either way, you're going to have fun thinking about how this film ends. This film is beautifully shot and lit. The cinematography is fantastic. I just like the way the mixture of colors, it just feels, there's something inherently cinematic about it that I really, really enjoy. And also the compositions of the shots also look fantastic. I really dig it. Now, this whole movie rests on the back of Ben Afleck. He's pretty much the only one who's putting asses on the seats for this film. The only thing I can say I really dislike about this film is that sometimes I feel like they're overacting, and in some scenes I feel like they're underacting. And that kind of annoys me a little bit. However, it's not that bad because I'm just nitpicking because I have to nitpick because this is a review. Oh, and they try to do this Inception world-bending type CGI thing that just did not work. It seemed like a cheap effect, which led me to believe that I think Ben Affleck was the most paid person on this movie. That CGI was terrible. However, it wasn't that bad. Again, I'm just nitpicking because this is a review, and you would like to know that. This is another Robert Rodriguez movie, and he likes to reach for far concepts, and I love that he does that because it is quite entertaining. So I say, keep reaching, Mr. Rodriguez. Keep on reaching. Should you watch this film? Well, it depends. If you're a film snob, you're going to hate this movie. You will scoff at every turn on this movie. However, if you just want to be entertained by something that is far-fetched and just reaches out there, this is the movie for you. I really enjoyed it for being so ridiculous, but at the same time, it still felt very cozy. You'll be pleasantly surprised at how much you enjoyed this film. All in all, I think this movie is very rewatchable, and I think it's gonna end up being a cult classic. It's just gonna be one of those movies that people just don't talk about, and then all of a sudden they'll be talking about it down years to come. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I hope my 2 cents was of some value to you. Till next time.